total clusterfuck in terms of a DMing thing, but it's also really cool if you get into it. So that'll be fun. But just as like a really brief, maybe we want to have like a little bit of a brief recap. One of y'all can do that if you want, or I can kind of quickly go over what happened because it's been 3 weeks. I'm waiting for the live stream to begin here up on YouTube, but it's also really cool if you get into it. So that'll be fun. Let me mute it. There we go. Just as, maybe we want to have for the love of sweet baby Jeebus.
Oh Lord.
Too big for my head.
Oh God.
Wait, what's happening here? Oh, there it is.
Now I feel out of place.
It's too big for my head.
Hold on.
Yeah, you need like a leather cap or something under it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just go get a tree limb and hide behind the leaves.
Or the chain. You need John's chainmail deal.
I was going to say, you should let a place. I still don't know why my Zoom crashes every time I turn my camera on.
Oh, that's weird.
Yep. It worked the first session, and then it just stopped working.
Do you have to calibrate it?
No, it shouldn't have to. I mean, it's worked in, trying to take selfies and whatnot for other things. It just does not want to work with Zoom. It worked the first session, and then it just died.
I do
uninstalling, reinstalling.
Well, to all of our literal 100 of viewers, there is you're missing out on Pete's incredibly chiseled features. He likes to oil up before games, so just imagine that, if you want, just picture Pete oiled up. Now I'm actually a little bit uncomfortable.
And you won't
I actually know what Pete looks like.
Yeah.
All right, so we left off last time. You had delved further into the moat house than you had ever before, and ended up having a fight. You fought off some gnolls, and then you fought off a couple of bugbears that were patrolling the caverns, and you eventually made your way into this room filled with these niches for the dead. And it wasn't soon after you began exploration of this room that several foul ghouls came out from some of the niches and hidden from deeper within. You were able to fight them off for the most part, except for one, which Sir Roderick banished with his the holy powers granted to him by St. Cuthbert, and the creature went running down, to the north, because you all know the map orientation is upside down, went running towards the north and pushed through a concealed natural cavern entrance at the back of one of these niches. And Roderick had begun to experiment with the idea of going through, checking to see if it was adequate for someone of his size to make his way through, and he had determined that yes, he could in fact squeeze after the creature. But you had all basically were standing there. That's where we left off. You were in a dusty tomb area, having just fought off some ghouls, and one went running off in fear of the power of St. Cuthbert down a natural cavern. And let us see here if we have the map for those who are playing the game. For me, it is all dark. Let us see here. Yes. Okay. So, essentially, the room is the area where you encountered the ghouls was sort of a T, an uppercase T on its side, And on the sort of upper part of the T is where the battle took place. The creatures actually came running from the south, from the niches to the south, but went after the battle. Roderick, or as the battle went on, and Roderick was able to push them away. They went. The one that remained went through the passageway to the north. So, what would you all like to do?
Well, knowing that Brother Rygar had planned to cast some spells to rejuvenate himself, I just kind of step into the doorway and shine my light in as I step through that little, I guess it's a niche, and see if the ghoul is inside there, if it's a room.
All right,
or
so
just a hallway.
yeah, so I mean, you can't see in the dark, but I don't know, just for cinematic effect, like, you know, the creature was sort of like temporarily filled with St. Cuthbert's burning light and went running off. You could sort of see this sort of smoking, and you know, you kind of get this like image of it a little bit. I don't want to call it like a lit or anything like that. It wasn't like lit, but you could see that it ran off into this cavern more distant, and kind of like looking through.
How large is the opening?
It's about, so the opening, you kind of have like, you can fit through you know, like kind of like squeezing through. Any medium-sized creature can fit through. So it's like, it's about that size. It's not like a open giant doorway area. It's like big enough to push your way through. Roderick going on the other side, you can see it's like a natural cavern below here. And you know what? You don't have religion, do you, John?
Not yet, no.
I'm wondering what you might know about ghouls and undead. And I'm going to give you an untrained religion check here right now. So go ahead, and I think it's religion is wisdom.
Roll below my wisdom.
It's equal to or below, and I'm going to say it's untrained. So, but that's a class skill, so it'd be minus. You'd have a penalty of 3 on that.
Okay.
I
I rolled an 11. My wisdom
pretty
is a
close.
14.
So it's as long as
just
it's
got
straight wisdom. Is it straight wisdom? Is that what it is? Anybody got it out there actually have the skill?
Probably the other clerics.
Yes. Religion is straight wisdom.
Straight wisdom. Just made it. All right. So you're climbing in, and you're kind of like surveying the area, and you're like, oh yeah, as you kind of like nod to yourself and realize that this is very common for these types of creatures, these particular foul undead. They burrow and they create these sort of mazes of caves and burrows that, to all but the most experienced underground trackers and stuff, it can be a maze that one may never escape from. Very dangerous. Not to mention the actual ghouls, but actually getting the mazes these are insane mazes that these ghouls make.
Fun.
I'll step back out into the I guess the crypt, go back to the middle of the room and pick up my lantern and so we may as well finish this foul beast off and then recover our health before we continue on.
We could potentially block or collapse this opening and continue on exploring, making sure that nothing else is going to be around here before we commit to going into the underground.
Doctrine, go ahead and make a one of your dwarf skill things. Find the appropriate one that would relate to bringing down a made structure wall, and I'll let you roll it.
Okay. Well, they're all detecting skills.
Mhm.
So, and they go between wisdom, like straight wisdom, to wisdom +4. I mean, it's just kind of.
So it's like probably like detect a flaw, detect something like that, maybe? Is that one of the things?
No, it's detect new construction, detect sliding, shifting walls and passageways, detect stonework, traps, pits, and dead ends, detect or deadfalls, detect approximate depth are the ones.
Yeah, just make a straight wisdom check then.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like anything specifically applied, but I just sort of feel like you kind of know this shit.
Got a 13.
Yeah, it would be fairly easy to collapse this, mostly because it's already structurally unstable. Like the like it's not meant to be here. The whatever, these creatures aren't builders. They're just burrowing,
Yeah. So I'll point to a couple spots and say this is almost ready to collapse as it is. These careless evil creatures just burrow with no regard for structure. Building slightly less structurally sound than some elves and humans. So the question is, do we continue on and chase down this evil, or do we leave it and return, or do we collapse it and then potentially return?
We have made some serious errors by not killing everything in front of us before.
I say stomp out the foul beast. We can't allow that undead thing to exist. While I'm saying that, I'm also looking around this room. Is there any like crypts that haven't been knocked open, or anything that would indicate who is buried here? Or...
Well, so most of the niches are empty, just kind of looking around. This is all of you are kind of seeing this, just as you're looking around and everything. There a few of them have like, the remains of like splintered coffins, and there's even like, or old dirty wrappings, and you spot some bones that look like they've been like gnawed on. And you have local history, don't you?
Yes.
Go ahead and make your local history roll.
That is a 9. Charisma is 17.
Yeah, you're good. So depending on how, and you made it by a lot, but depending on how you look at it, you could call this a mercenary fortress. This build, like the structure of the moat house, like a mercenary fortress, or you might even call it like a law, like the kind of place where like a lawless band might operate, depending on how you kind of look at it. And so this was definitely like, the structure was built for, like, this isn't for knights and like those of noble cause. This was built in the swamp, basically a swampy region, and it was meant to be away from real civilization, to do bad things to actual civilization in a sort of structured way. And so I say this because looking around, the bones and all of those things are all kind of crushed and broken and gnawed at and everything. But for those, I would say for you, Sir Roderick, but I mean, who those who would care religiously, it's not like these were very likely the best of folks who were buried here. so like, I mean, you could decide if your characters would shed a tear, but
nope.
It's It doesn't really.
No prominent names or anything like that. Just
No, and the bodies have been like ripped apart and stuff. Like you might recognize. Oh, you know what? You made it by 8. I'll say like you find a name that you recognize, like from some book that you were reading about, like regional law enforcement or something. We'll say, and like you remember, like there was a talk of a bandit crew, and like one guy looked familiar. Like there's a name that looks familiar to you. You know, like it's something along those lines where you're just like, yeah, it kind of tells you like, oh, these weren't like the good guys, you know, that are buried here, I guess. That's what I'm getting at.
okay. So, yeah, okay. Just like a bandit outpost or.
Like I said, you could look at it like bandits, or you could look at it as mercenaries, depending on how they might conduct themselves at any particular given time. You know,
Depends on the
Yeah.
day.
I mean, in some ways, you could even say like Burns Badgers. Like, I mean, they're a mercenary company essentially in town. Like Burn is on the council, but like he just has a military force that he just like operates in town. Like that's his. So, I mean, you know, maybe he does good with it. Maybe he does bad with it. But anyway,
All right, well, I'm just gonna, I don't know, just get ready, and I think JB's with me. We'll go and we'll take this thing out real quick.
Oh yeah.
And of course, Tuctron wants to just break down the walls if we can, and I don't know what everybody else wants to do. I'm sure Rygar, you'll want to stomp this undead thing out, don't you?
Well, I got like one spell left, one prayer left.
We have plenty of blades. We can take care of it.
What else is down there, though?
Rob, is there any way if we are going to go through this entrance that I can stabilize the entrance portal?
yeah, I mean, you could stabilize it a little bit. I mean, like that's part of the thing is it's just like dirt. Like there's no, you know, stabilization. Now, I will say this is that, and you Tuctron would notice this, is that this particular area does look fairly well traveled. So like, you know, imagine creatures like pushing their way through it on a regular basis, and it's just kind of getting packed in.
I got
You
you.
know,
So it's
in
not going
this
to just
particular
randomly
area?
collapse on us.
No. But it's also like this is not a stable structure. This isn't a natural cave, and it's not a built. It's like literally holes dug into dirt.
So
Okay.
it's going to hold up until it doesn't.
Yeah, like 30 feet underground, holes in dirt.
I'm kind of look at
Dangerous.
it from a point of view. Do I think it looks stable?
Make a survival check.
Why'd I even say anything? Oh shoot! I'm grabbing the wrong dice. Nope.
What about a straight up wisdom check?
Yeah, it looks safe to me.
Would it be wise to go in there? What about that?
Well, that's just role playing. Do you think it's wise to go in there or not? I mean, I think that it's
I think
not
I already have-
imminently gonna fall apart,
Yeah.
but there is a
Yeah.
danger to being in there. You know, I mean, I think that's the way you sort of see it.
Well, I
Also,
know
the
I
DMs
already
did a
have that.
great
I know
job
I
of-
already have the undead ghoul turned, so I don't. It can't just turn around and attack me. But so I don't want to send somebody in there to scout.
I vote
how many
against
rounds
crawling
does
into
that
the dirt
last?
hole.
Once it's turned, it's turned.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. While everybody's here deciding, I'll just slip in with my lantern, and say I'm just going to scout it out. I'll be back,
Good luck, bro.
and I'll go
Okay.
inside.
Oh yeah, I'm banged up, leaning against the wall. I have my arrow notched, but
I'm gonna follow behind Sir Roderick.
I just expressed that I think this is a bad idea. I guess I'll spend my time like checking out all these things.
I
one at a
agree, but
time.
I'm not gonna let one of us venture to these depths alone.
I'm not going to be much help in there.
I'll go in there.
Okay, so fucking D&D
Okay.
parties. You guys are so funny. I mean, it's fine, but it's funny. Like, it's really dangerous. Looks like it could be falling apart. It could actually fall on your head. People get hopelessly lost in these caves, and everybody's like, "Yeah, let's go."
It looks it looks
just
safe
such a
to me.
D&D. It's just such a D&D thing to do. All right, so
The higher the danger, the bigger the treasure.
All right, I'm in.
way it should be.
Incorrect.
I'm in. Okay, so the group of you traipsing into the Knoll Warrens, and what do you have, a light source? Does anybody?
Yeah, I have a lantern.
Okay, so you have your lantern, and you're illuminating the area ahead of you, and you're moving along. The clang of armor and weapons as the groups of you are sort of banging into the walls, but moving through, and it opens up a little bit, and you can see that almost immediately, it has diverges into right and left. And you can, as I noted, or as you noted, as you sort of recalled, the sort of sense of confusion already begins as the corridor begins to twist and turn. But your light does hit to the passageway on the right.
Yeah, I'll go to. Yeah,
a bit of a gleam of color, gold or silver
How-
coin.
How stable are the walls? Can I take out my piece of chalk and mark as we go along?
Yeah, you can go ahead and try to mark it, but like imagine taking chalk and literally trying to make a mark of chalk on dirt.
There's no
That's
rocks mixed in with it.
Yeah, there's some rocks, but like the rocks are like in hanging kind of in the dirt. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're okay. Here's what I'll describe it. Here's the way I'll describe it. So you take out the chalk and you go to make a mark, and you kind of make a mark, but as you're doing it, like the dirt's just like crumbling, down to the ground. Like it's just crumbling apart under your hand as your hand is moving against it. And you just see like roots, and like you can vaguely see there's like a sort of mark there, like on some of the stones and stuff, but it's literally just like free dirt.
Right.
That's
What I'm gonna
volunteer.
do, Rob, is as we venture in, every time we come to a bifurcation, I have candles.
I do too. I've got 3 of them. I was just gonna.
I have an entire box full, and I'm just gonna take them, jam them into the dirt, and light them. But what I'm gonna do is that put them towards the floor where we came in, and the further in we go, I'm gonna place them higher to the point where I'm gonna have to ask somebody else to put them up because I'm too short. So we can follow them in descending order to the entrance point.
Clever. All right, so you down. Is it still the same marching order? Everybody's here, right?
How far apart did you plan on doing those? Because I had a thought as well.
Just at the bifurcations. That way, anytime you come to a corner, like if you look down that, say, the bottom left on the map, which would be northeast, right there where it splits, and then it comes to another almost like a 3-way split. Right at that 3-way split, put a candle there. That way, no matter which direction you're coming from, you'll see that candle. And if it's lower than the candle you just passed, you're going in the right direction.
All right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I'm also going to be marking the way, but I'll be taking some of the discarded and shredded bones from the crypt and sort of jamming them into the dirt in the walls about 6 inches off the ground in the darkness as we're going. So anyone coming from behind us will very likely trip and fall and make some noise.
Okay. You make numerous preparations as you head down deeper in. And the march, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to that spot here where I saw the glint of gold and silver.
All right.
Me too.
You would. So, let me confirm here the marching order: Roderick, Tuctrin, JB, Greyash, Brother Rygar, Ren.
If
Sounds
everyone's
good to me.
going,
Yeah.
Or is Greyash staying behind?
I'm not gonna be the only one out here. That's silly. If everyone else is going in, I guess
Never
I'll.
split the party.
I
Fall off
think
the
it's
back.
a really good idea. Splitting the party always helps. It's always a great idea.
Notice Rob's shirt has a botch on it.
All right, so you all start moving down there. The passageway splits, and you can see that the glint is kind of over here. And there is a I mean, I guess you would say that there's like, well, you do see some glints, but really what you are more seeing is a heap of bones and skulls, amongst which is some coinage. And as you kind of move around the edge here, you're able to see that it kind of opens up into a room. I don't want to call it a room, but it's like a larger area sort of in the center. And that's where there's this pile of bones and skulls, and it's got a few gold coins, but mostly silver. And let's see here. And you see that there are several exits, and heading out one of the exits here, you can see that there are gold coins leading out of this room in that direction.
No sign of the ghoul.
Well, as you think that, no sign of the ghoul. You take a couple of steps forward, leaving one of the passageways unexplored behind you. And if I can get this to switch over. There we go. Springing out of the passageway to the side. What would have been to your left after Sir Roderick and Tuctrin have passed by, comes springing one of the foul ghouls, the one that had run off, leaping at JB.
Because of course it does.
Well, we have begun what today isn't the first day of Pride Month, so I'm gonna roll my pink D20 just for you, JB.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well,
Shouldn't that
first of
be
all-
the P20?
Ah, there you go. The creature leaps at you, and you kind of spring to the side as it does, and you manage to just barely dodge away from its claw. Just kind of streaks a rip of cloth across your chest. But as it does that, as you do, and you look down at your chest, it comes with its second claw and scrapes you across your face. Make a saving throw versus. Oh, you're half health. Okay, so you have a 35% chance resist charm and paralysis. Is that right?
I think so.
Should be. Let's see here. 30%. Oh no, it's 30% resist to sleep and charm. That doesn't have anything to do with. All right. Make a saving throw versus paralyzation.
Okay.
It's only the elves that get the benefits.
That helps. All right, so that's 13. 19.
All right. So you shake off its paralytic touch, but you still take 2 points of damage. And now we roll initiative. That was or actually, technically everybody should roll surprise. But I'm a 9. None of you guys are surprised. I'm just gonna say you're not surprised. That would say ambush round. Nobody's surprised. Let's roll initiative.
That was pretty.
Because you're all expecting this thing to be. So. A listener, a viewer of this show, of our stream, threw out the idea of maybe doing a group initiative die and then adding in individual XP. It'll get as Nick's like, no. Well, that went well.
The thing is right on me.
I'm just gonna have you guys call them out because I gotta write down your names here.
So mine is 11.
What is what's the speed factor for throwing something?
Depends on what you're throwing.
3 rocks.
Well, I have the
I mean,
thing turned, so
they've
I have
already
a
been-
1.
Yeah, they've already
Alright.
been blessed. I can just tell them where to hit.
All right, so
The
go.
dagger is a
Give me your
2.
dice. Give me your dice. Nick, what do you got on the die?
I've got a 3, but
On a 3. Okay, so we'll figure that out in a second with the rocks. What about you, Pete?
I rolled a 9.
9. All right, and what about Tuckturn?
Rolled a 4 going on 10.
And Bud,
With a bow 10.
what did you roll the die?
5. 5 minus
5.
2 plus 12.
And then Gray Ash.
6 plus 4, 10.
Okay, well,
6
I'm
and dice.
taking the numbers first, then you can declare what you want to do.
Oh.
The thing's sort of like its eyes are burning as it's looking up at JB, looking like it wants to just eat JB's soul, but it kind
don't
of
have a soul.
stumbles a bit as it's moving towards him, and you all quickly turn around. It's actually just moving really slow. I'm just kind of narrating what's happening here, but it's moving. It sort of stumbles a bit as you all gather around it. So John, what is Sir Roderick doing?
I have it turned, so I'm just basically going to hem it in between all of us. I'm not going to allow it to get back into this cavern where it sprang from, or into the main room. I'm just going to walk toward it and kind of hem it in between me and everyone else.
All right, so if you get within 10, if you push to within 10 feet of it, you can break it. So are you just kind of standing, sort of blocking one of the ways it could go potentially?
Yeah, I've just got it turned. It can't
Okay.
come back this direction.
Okay.
And if anybody, it also can't. We found out it can't come within my 10 feet of protection anyway.
I know. Well, actually, can ghouls?
Yeah, they
the
can't
gas
even-
are the ones that can get into his.
Yeah, the
Ring.
ghouls are basically auto turned by it.
Huh,
But
okay.
you could say that these ghouls don't, but that's fine. Maybe these are special ghouls.
They're super special ghouls. All right,
Maybe the evil of the area is making them be able to resist that.
all right, so you're holding your turn. You're turning of undead. What about you? What is Brother Rygar doing?
I'm throwing the 3 magical stones that I blessed earlier.
Yeah,
at
I
him.
think. Lord, man,
They've
I
already
feel like it's
been-
like 1. Like I don't
Okay.
like. What is the? How much is the speed factor on throwing a rock?
Dagger is 2. Axe is 4, so I don't know. A rock? What would it be? A sling?
I mean, he's
That
not
sling
slinging
is
them,
like
though. He's
6.
literally
I'm just
throwing them with his hand.
Throwing them.
Depends on
I'm
the size of the rock, really. I mean,
Yeah,
They're
true.
just size of a sling bullet.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say a 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it 1, 2, but specifically in the case of this spell. So that's where the
Okay.
judgment is. I am rather than
So it's
because they're small rocks, and you've already paid the cost of casting the spell previously. So like, I feel like it should be fast also because you've already spent a whole round getting them. So,
Okay, then
anyway,
mine's a 4 then,
okay,
and I'm just gonna attack him with the 3 rocks, all 3 of them.
okay.
Yeah, it also makes it a magical item too, doesn't it? So technically, it would be even
Yeah.
lighter than a regular rock.
Yeah,
And
we'll call it-
double
that sounds
damage
good.
against undead.
Oh, that's nice. What about Tuctrin?
All right, so
Bring in the pain.
well, I actually am attacking it with my chain flail,
Okay, let's
which
do
I
it.
haven't used yet.
This is going to be interesting.
So from behind my shield, I pull out a basically a weighted chain, and I just basically flick it at it.
That's so cool, man.
It's a melee weapon, but with a really heavy weighted end on it. It's a pretty cool looking piece.
I love
here.
it. So what does that put you at? Your initiative?
My initiative will be a 10.
I couldn't imagine that would be fast. All right, so what about
It's
you,
actually
Bud?
1 faster than my axe, believe it or not.
I just
makes
imagine
sense.
that ball and chain like from Kill Bill, the first one.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh my
So-
god, dude. She's like throwing that ball and chain around like
yeah, that was pretty awesome, but not quite that.
no. All right, so Bud, what about Ren?
Bow.
And so that's gonna be a 10, is that right? Or is it 9?
Yes, 10.
10. What is Greyash up to?
Staff.
Oh, going back in. You know, I do recall that Greyash had a kill last time with his sling. So what does
His
that put you
sling?
at? Yeah, you
Okay, I'm
you
not slinging
killed
in these
something with your
tunnels.
sling stone.
Yeah. I crit something, I think.
I think it was one of the ghouls. What was the what's your initiative?
It was 10.
10. Everybody going on 10. And finally, JB.
Well, being the closest to it, clearly I'm going last. Rolled a 9 since I'm right up in its face using my dagger, so that's an 11.
All right. Okay. So, Sir Roderick, you're keeping the thing at bay, and as you do, the thing kind of like moves back a bit, and Brother Rygar, you have an opening as the thing kind of takes a few steps away from Roderick to throw your rocks. So go ahead and throw your stones.
19, 15, and 15.
Wow, I think you're going to hit 3 times with that then. Barely,
Oh, man.
sure.
I
God,
guess
That's an
I
armor
don't-
class 2 or less on the
Oh,
15.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so the first nasty little beast or hit takes 5 points. 6
Okay.
points.
Jesus Christ. All right,
12 points altogether.
12 points altogether.
Yeah.
All right, well, you like poke holes in this thing. There's like a piece of its skull has like fallen off, and its like eyeball, whatever was left of it, is just sort of hanging out of the side of its socket. Its jaw sort of just like flapping open and shut, like. But it keeps coming, and that was at 4. But Tuctrin, Ren, and Gray should all go simultaneous. It's from outside in, so Ren, you are first.
Do I have a shot? Do I have a clean shot?
You
JB's
Do
the
not
closest,
have a
I'm
clean
assuming?
shot because JB is in melee with it, so you'd have to take a -4 penalty.
I'm gonna hold my action until I have a clean shot.
All right.
I appreciate
Then
that.
Tuctrin and Greyash. Tuctrin, you've got a.
Yeah, Grey, I should
Dashing
probably go
thing.
first.
Well, I feel like you're
Okay.
farther away.
Okay, I thought you were going dex wise. That's what we were doing before.
Oh, we could do
We
no.
have the same initiative.
It's fine. We can go. Yeah, probably Greyash would go first. Let's give him an opportunity to bring the pain once more.
Can you do like cold shot on its head? Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm. It's -4 to hit a specific area.
-4.
Mm-hmm. Greyash comes roaring in,
Says
pushing
18 on
Tuctrin
the
out of the
dice?
way. Oh my God, you're probably gonna hit.
18, 17, 16, 15, 14 on the dice with Thaco 20.
AC 4,
Yes.
which is enough.
Hey,
All right, you
Okay.
rush in and whack
a
it on the
crack
head.
across the head.
I'll give you
Cool.
+1 damage since you're hitting the head.
Oh man. 3 damage to the head.
That included the +1.
Yeah, that was with the +1. It's 1d6.
All right, well, your your staff goes swinging. You whack it in the head. Its jawbone goes flying, crushing against the side of the. It sticks into the dirt on the side of the wall, but it still continues to stagger on. There's nothing but an open void where its mouth once was. All right, Tuctrin.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack with my chain flail at a -4.
All right. Can't wait to see what this thing is.
So 17 on the die.
Go ahead and describe your kill. It has 1 hit point.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I just take this heavy chain. It drops down, and I just give it kind of like a throwback, almost like a whip, and just kind of slam it forward into it. And when it hits it, it just kind of like blows it backwards into pieces.
Nice. So falls the final of the wretched ghouls that you
Can
found
I
in the
find those
crypts.
stones?
I think they're magic stones. I think that they lose their magic after the
In
one
30
shot.
minutes. In 30 minutes.
Oh, 30 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
No, it says oh until used.
Oh, until used.
Yeah, the
30
magic
minutes
in
or-
each stone lasts for half an hour or until used.
Yeah, so you used it.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay, yes, right. Yeah, until used.
They're just stones now.
I remember when these things were in a brain of a ghoul. I'm gonna keep them for a souvenir. All right, so the group of you kind of dust yourselves off, and brushing kind of while you were fighting, like bits of debris kind of fell off the ceiling, or maybe you banged up against one of the walls, and there was a slightly terrifying crumbling that happened nearby. But you do manage to find the creature's treasures scattered amongst the mess of bones. And
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna take my sword point and just kind of move bones aside and search for things.
I'm going to recall that we were following Yellow Brick Road, and I'm going to help myself a little bit as we pass by.
I am going to keep an eye out. I'm going back into Sentinel mode.
all right, so let me get to JB here in a second, but I'm just going to tell you guys what you find here. You find 800 silver pieces, 7 actually, you find a case of 8 vials of holy water. There's only 7 left. One of them got broken and smashed, and it is dedicated to St. Cuthbert.
Okay.
There's also a dusky, sort of dark blue potion bottle. You shake it, it has some liquid in it. The bottle's glass is blue, but it's like sort of a thick, heavy glass. Old cork. It looks very old. And then there is a scroll, a rolled up scroll. JB, as they're all collecting these things, and I gave you the 800 silver pieces too. Did you hear that? Did I already
Yeah.
tell you that? Okay. So JB, you start following the yellow brick road as you described it. There's some gold coins that seem to be kind of like scattered. And they head out of the area where you are. Let's see. And you kind of go around the corner and you're what's it called? Your not night vision, infravision. That's what I was getting to. Your infravision starts kicking in. Here, let me see if I can get that. Here. And you're kind of like moving along, and you find 4 gold pieces. And you can see, like, up ahead, kind of like over here, looks like the glint of further coin. Further down. It's sort of dark behind you. You hear your friends or your companions. I don't know if you call them friends or not. Gathering things up and, sort of going through the things and, look what I found. That, this and that, and but they're, your next step would take you beyond being able to see them, where you're alone in the darkness beyond. What would you like to do?
Okay, so if I'm looking at the map right now, going left would follow the yellow brick road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go right, so I'm gonna stay sort of in their area and just see what else is around us.
Okay.
How many vials of holy water did you say there were?
There were 7.
There's 7, yeah.
There were 8, but one of them broke, so I don't know.
And are they in like a box or a pouch or?
Yeah, so it's like a long box, like it's a long wooden box, and there would be 8 vials in it, but there's 7 and one of them's broken. And it's carved with like the symbol of St. Cuthbert, like the cudgel. It's got like a clasp that holds it shut. You've seen these kind of things before, Roderick. In fact, this would be branded, as coming from the temple in Verbabunk. Because, you knew that one shipment was coming through, sort of secret shipment that included the prayer. And this could very well be part of that same shipment.
This box looks relatively new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, save the broken glass from the broken vial, though. You can have some holy shrapnel. Maybe.
What does the scroll have on it?
Okay, so you take a look at the scroll, and I believe anybody can use this, so I think you can read it. There's a description at the top of it. I just want to see how. Wait, is it? Oh, wait a second. Hold on 1 second. Wait a second. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if everybody's got
Okay.
holy water, but I'm gonna pass out a vial to everyone. But I will keep the
Can
box.
I touch it?
Yeah, it ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah, I'll definitely take one.
I don't know if anybody's got any, but everybody should have a vial now. And
I've got 1 vial of holy water, so
How do I use this?
Right. So actually,
Uh,
Brother Riker, you can't read this. You would need read magic. It's magical in nature. It is potentially not. It's not necessarily that it's divine or arcane. You might actually be able to use it potentially, but you can't actually read it.
what
Can I
about
make an attempt
spellcraft?
with read languages?
Spellcraft
Oh, that
is not really enough. Spellcraft. Yeah, go ahead and make a spellcraft check, and you might be able to get some more information. There's one thing.
Ooh, intelligence -2. That's not good. I'm not very smart. You got to roll over or under.
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 Equal to.
Greyhawk.
Got it with a 20. Nope, rolled it. Rolled a 20.
That's the exact opposite of what you
I
wanted.
always roll 20s. In the exact opposite.
Wow. Oof.
I hand it to the wizard. To the
Yeah,
magic
you're.
user.
Oh, yeah, and you're fairly sure it's a fireball scroll. So this is a scroll that will cast forth a powerful fireball for a wizard to use.
Crash, in order to use the holy water, just pop the top and splash it, or it's made of glass, you could throw it like a grenade.
Okay.
Just throw it at the undead.
But I tried the spellcraft on the potion.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I missed that with a 17.
You just shake your head like you have no clue. It's like, what is this shit?
Yeah. I'll hand it to the magic user.
So JB, you curve around the edge. You curve around back the other side, and you can see that it doesn't take long before you realize that it all kind of comes back together in that direction. So it appears as though, and I'll just open this up because it's very clear, that there's sort of one direction that you could potentially go, and that's the direction where the coins lead.
I assumed that's where we needed to go, but I wanted to confirm that and see if there was any treasures hidden in the dirt where the group hasn't gone yet.
That's 13 silver for each of us. I think. Or no.
No, that
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
add up. It was 800
That's 13.
silver.
That's 13 gold. I'm sorry. That's 800 divided by 6. 133. Yeah. 133 silver.
All right. Ghoul gives everybody that gets hit dice also 2 hit dice for defeating that. You hear the howling sort of echo, followed by, at times, the deafening silence that seems to permeate these warrens. Again, Roderick, the thought comes to you of how dangerous it could be potentially to continue further along, and how there are many stories of those who have in the pursuit of some sort of, holy calling, headed into ghouls' dens, never to be seen of again or heard of again.
This is kind of like the main warren here, isn't it?
Yeah, though it does seem to continue much deeper.
Oh. Was JB scouting that out, or?
I wasn't
He
going. I wasn't
hasn't
following the
said
coins
any-
yet.
Yeah.
I'm checking in our immediate area where y'all haven't seen yet to see if there was anything that we might have missed out of sight.
Mhm.
But if assuming that there is nothing that I can pocket behind everyone's back, I will point out that the coins keep going that way, and it's the only way we seem to be able to go.
So the question is, now that we've slain this evil, do we continue on or do we head back?
Well, I don't see any signs, really, that there were more of them down here. Maybe that other passage is just how they got inside or burrowed in. So it may lead to another crypt somewhere, or I'm unsure.
This is a well-traveled area, and seeing as how we saw no coins on the other side of this crypt, perhaps this is how they're bringing victims in. Maybe this is another tunnel that leads to the surface on the outside of the moat house. We found several of those.
Yeah, I'll explain to everybody that this holy water I found is recent and probably from the caravan that was attacked. That held the pouch with the prayer. So it
Hmm.
could be that it does lead outside at some point.
Well, if that's in
But
that caravan, we need to check if that pouch isn't down here as well, right?
yeah, I'm assuming I didn't see anything that looks like a pouch down in this area.
No.
Well,
All
we
right,
haven't fully
so
explored it yet.
can I look around? And I know everybody else has already looked, but to see if these creatures, because my character doesn't deal with the undead as much as them, other priests. So I'm gonna check and see if maybe this creature has buried anything that
Hmm.
maybe it feels may have been significant. I don't know how intelligent these things are. Because keep my type of priest, we turn as like 3 levels lower, so I have no knowledge of undead basically at this point,
Hmm.
or very little. So
Well, knowing these things while he's doing that, while knowing these things are evil in nature, I'm going to go to that opening that JB indicates the leads onward, and I'm going to go there and concentrate and face that direction. And for 60 feet in that direction, I'm going to detect evil
Okay.
to see if there's any more active undead roaming around.
Yeah, you concentrate on that area. You bring forth the powers that St. Cuthbert grants you to know where evil lies, and undead are certainly the most powerful drive when it comes to that. And as you sort of stand there and you look into the darkness, it almost like you kind of feel this like pull to move deeper in, knowing that there probably is something further deeper in there, but there's nothing within 60 feet. But you just feel this kind of like, like it's like the exterminator at the rat holes. Like you're the paladin who exterminates evil, and this is where some pretty evil things could possibly be. But it truly is very dangerous to head into these warrens, as you well know.
Right, but I also remember my mission is to find out and shut down where the bandits are. So I may come back later and delve this for the evil. And I'd certainly have a priest of Nola with me and Clangadin, so we could come back later. But as I'm not detecting anything moving right now, and I did know that one ghoul was alive, so, or existing, so we took care of it. So I'm satisfied at this point, and I want to get back on mission. And I explain that to everyone as I come back into the main den here.
I agree.
I think we should continue on and eliminate what bandits we can from this place, and see if the pouch can be recovered at some point inside. But I didn't sense any more undead close by.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I guess
Agreed.
if we're done searching, I guess I'll gather up my lantern from. I guess I placed it like on a pile of skulls or whatever. And
Like, where's is there a table here, or a chair?
Yeah.
No, just put it on this pile of skulls.
this pile of skulls will work.
All right, yeah. So you all feel like you thoroughly have explored. Now, Tuctrin, you begin to kind of dig a bit into the dirt to see, if this thing might have buried something, and found something precious. And as you start to dig, like, you're recognizing how unstable it is. When as you start to dig, like more dirt starts falling away, and
Understood. Okay.
and by the time that Roderick returns and says, "I'm satisfied by this," you're feeling pretty much like to continue to stay in this area is there's a commitment. You're either making a commitment to stay or go at this point.
Yes. At this point, I believe that we need to leave, or we're going down that other corridor, because I believe this area is going to fall in on itself soon. And I'm gonna start heading out.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
grabbing my candles on the way.
All right, so you reemerge into the crypt area, now quiet of the undead menace that was befouling it, and there are a number of different options in terms of where you might continue on. Just to sort of refresh your memories, the room before you headed down the corridors that led to this very room, there was an option for you to go in a different direction. Heading just a bit back further from that, about 30, 40 feet, there was another corridor that broke off diagonally to the northwest, which you could explore. In fact, you didn't even see the final distance of how far that went. And then nearby where you discovered the secret door with the crank hidden within the crank and wheel and the cording, there was another alternative passageway that you could have gone. You've elected to head in the direction that ultimately led to a fighting with the gnolls, but there was also a different direction you could have gone. But you have to head in whatever direction you would like to choose. So, where to now?
I suggest let's take the diagonal first and work our way back, so we're not leaving anything behind.
I think.
Break some spells.
Yeah, I think. In keeping with what I kind of promised Rygar we would do, we get back to this crypt. I'll kind of clear an area, and I managed to bring my jug of beer with me this time, so I'll sit down and say, Brother Rygar, do what you have to do, and I'll keep watch, and I'll take out some salted pork and some fruit, and I'll sit down here where we came in, like at this entrance, with my jug of beer, and I'll find me a crypt or a coffin lid or something to sit on, and I'll keep watch while they rest and recover spells and whatnot.
I'll stay in his aura of protection. I've cast Nap on, and anyone else who needs it can get into it. It's
Okay.
Is it like a D4 plus 1 per level or something like that? Oh, hold on one sec, guys. I'll be right back.
Wow.
I can affect so many people.
Who all needs to recover spells? I think everybody cast them, didn't they?
One creature per level, so I can affect 4 people.
I have not cast a single spell yet, so I don't need it.
I don't have spells.
Oh,
I've cast one spell, but it was my only attacking spell.
Well, get it back.
I thought that you did that stone blast thing.
That's a per day ability.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I can also cast it as a spell, but that's a per day use.
Oh, okay.
So unless Nap will give me that back.
No, I think that has to go. You have to go a whole day, like me. I can't heal right now because I did it right after the ghoul fight, the gnoll fight. I think. So I don't think it's been a full day. So
it's been 3 weeks.
So yeah, I'm just on guard, and I'm
gonna help. I'm gonna keep watch.
Yeah, so I'll pass my jug of beer around to everyone who's not napping.
I will definitely drink
Mhm.
beer.
So I will sleep for 1 hour and then get up and
I have a spell to look for magical items. I don't know if like you want me to try and use it here and to look into that cave we just left and this room, and then try and then learn it again after the nap,
It couldn't hurt.
or something else.
Can you can you tell us what the potion is we found, or if it's
could
magical, or
I could learn identify, but then that'd be a whole process. I can't find out what it is just from detect magic. I'll just know that it is magical or not.
Take a swig. See what happens.
so, oh yeah, we don't know what the scroll is either.
I thought you said it was a. Rob said it was a scroll of fireball, or was he making fun
Yeah.
because?
Because he didn't do his spellcraft right.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I guess, Rob, I'll cast detect magic, like where my character is, like at the entrance to the dirt maze. So like I can scan like roughly in the dirt maze area, and also the room we're in with like the little enclaves, just to make sure there's like no magical stuff that's hiding, not visible before napping.
So you're just doing this on the area?
Yeah, I'm trying to find what's the exact wording on detect magic. It's like a
No,
it's like a
that's fine. No,
zone.
you can do the area. I was just wondering. So you're not doing it on anything specifically. You're
No,
more just
it's
trying
just-
to catch something.
Yeah, I'm just like doing a scan.
Yeah. Okay. You do not find. There's no additional magic things.
Okay, no worries. Then I join in on a nap and get different spells.
Team napping.
Well, I'll relearn magic missile.
So for an hour while these
And-
gentlemen nap and we're passing my beer around, I'll explain to JB the benefits of turning your life to the following of Saint Cuthbert,
I'm sorry, I'm taking a nap.
Yes.
and that he should mend his dark
I'm just-
ways.
I just imagine JB's like laying there, and he just literally just says, "Sorry, I'm taking a nap." Like as as Sir Roderick is saying this.
Can't
I used my
proselytize.
spell stab. I need to learn it again.
I'll scoot closer where he can definitely hear me as I talk.
Please don't spoon me.
Oh.
And say, sure, Clangeddon is good enough, but you're not a dwarf. Saint Cuthbert takes everyone in, and I think
I look at him and nod when he says that.
I think that your life and your way of life would improve greatly. Think of all the treasures that you could gain in service to Saint
I
Cuthbert.
want to hide in shadows.
Yeah. Oh god, that's too funny. All right, so
Roll for conversion.
everybody are you immune to fear?
I'm afraid of this conversation.
Is Roderick immune to fear?
No, I think that was first edition Paladins. I don't think this.
Okay.
I mean, if it's a spell, I don't know if I get a save, but I think I'm fearless.
All right, now everybody make a saving throw versus paralyzation.
Even this one's asleep.
Oh.
Yeah, even if you're asleep.
Okay. Is
Wow.
it due to poison?
No.
Okay. Just gotta check.
Made it.
17 made it.
15 just made it.
14. Made it.
20.
Huzzah!
Wait a
Nice.
second.
Nine.
You gotta go higher or lower?
Higher. Fire.
no.
Also, depending on where the conversion
He's got
switch
it
is,
too.
I might pretend to be paralyzed.
All right. So did everybody make it except for Ren?
I rolled a
Maybe.
9.
Oh, did you fail then, Greyash? That's probably about right where you are. What level are you?
Yeah.
4th?
No.
Fifth?
3rd.
3rd? Okay. Yeah, your save is 14, so it's unless you have some other weird.
No, I don't think I got anything.
Are you full elf?
Half elf?
Half elf. 30% immunity to charm. I'll give you that actually here. So what do you want to roll percentile?
I don't like this.
What is
23?
it? Half elf.
that-
Oh, that's good actually. Yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
okay.
30% sleep. Resistance to sleep and charm related spells. I'm going to call this a charm related spell or charm related effect. So Sir Roderick is like harassing JB, and Ren is trying to hide in the shadows to avoid notice, and all of you are kind of like maybe warmed by drinking a little bit of ale or whatever. And then you hear this sound, this like moaning, wailing sound just sweep through the corridors. It's not even entirely certain as to where it comes from. It just seems to permeate all around you. And, it just like, hair stands on edge and you're just kind of filled with this like momentary fear. And Ren, you are feeling very particularly, you are feeling more afraid than the others. I'll tell you here. Okay.
Okay, what did we roll against? Fear or paralyzation? What?
Paralyzation. Yeah, it's a fear effect.
Okay.
Why?
Okay, I'm going to.
All right, so it's not really going to impact you. You're going to be -1 for the next hour, but it's not going to impact you. It's fine. You're shaken though. You're definitely shaken by it.
What happened? My neck cut out.
So this howling, wailing sound permeated the space, sending shivers up all of your spines. And most of you just like sort of shake it off, laugh it off. Oh, that's just the wind or something like that. But Ren, pretty sure that wasn't the wind. You're pretty sure that was something absolutely horrifying.
I know the wind. That ain't it. Nobody broke wind. This is good. Not good.
Rest of
I
you are
don't-
fairly sure it was the wind.
Yeah, I don't believe we should continue to linger here any longer than necessary.
Yeah, we're just waiting for this.
Do I know which? It was just all over. There's no directional.
Yeah, it's not obvious where it was from. So the that's the only incident that occurs during your break period. So I guess everybody gains a hit point.
Everybody,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Heals 1 hit point from sleeping.
Whoever nap, yes,
Oh,
Mhm.
gets 1 hit point.
I
I don't
wasn't
think I'm the
napping, I
only one
was-
who actually needed it.
I needed it.
Okay.
Great for
the-
spellcasters.
The spell effect makes you feel rested for a whole day, I believe, in it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I can't use it for another 18 hours. It'll have. Well, I can use it. I can cast it on you guys, but it won't affect me or Greyhawk for 18 hours. So we'll be refreshed.
Is Tuctrin getting in on that nap?
I don't need it, actually.
No,
Okay.
he didn't. It's only me and Greyhawk.
So try and quickly study my spells after the nap's over. Can't remember how long that takes, but it's like a little bit.
10 minutes per spell level for wizard and 15 minutes per spell level for priest.
Yeah, just 20 minutes in.
Okay. So
I'm scanning around the room. I'm just kind of looking around.
everybody is refreshed and ready to continue on. Why don't we take our mid-session break, because we're just about at the halfway point here, and then we can hit the ground running right after that. So 5 minutes, we'll say at half past the hour. We'll come back. 5-minute break.
It'll take me 3 hours to break for all those spells.
3 hours?
Yeah, you said 15 minutes per level?
I think so. Yeah.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
That's what happens, man, when you got to reload fully. I mean, so 4 hours, a nap plus the memorization. All right. Let's take 5 minutes, y'all. Mid session break, and we'll be back for hopefully the dramatic conclusion of the Moat House.
I bet we can drag this out for one more session.
It's always possible.
Yep.
3 more.
Well, Dom, I'm afraid that it's only you and me, but it's time for
But you got
Dragon walks into a bar.
Okay.
300 plus one-liner zingers and jokes that will slay.
That will slay.
The rest are not getting this.
They're not getting the experience.
Oh, can you hold on for about 45 seconds? I'm making tea, and I don't want to miss the joke.
Oh, man.
Ugh. 45 seconds.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
How do I do this? Let's see.
I don't understand here. Oh man, I this is like really good. This is a great joke in here that I'm just sitting on, waiting for the players to return. I should punish them by not waiting and just telling the joke to no one, only to the listeners.
Go for it.
Well, but now
it doesn't matter.
Dom isn't here. I mean,
I'm here. I was trying to do something and it wasn't.
Oh, now it's getting too built up. I mean, okay, so why did the min-maxer run to the bathroom?
Why did the min-maxer run to the bathroom?
He had to offload some points.
She had to dump stat.
Oh, we like it. We like it. It's okay.
That
I
is
love it that
wonderful
it's
and
also
terrible
she.
and wonderful.
It's also
Yeah.
she. Like,
And it's
she
not
had
normally
to
it's a
dump-
she. Yeah,
Yeah, I know. That's like, coming from a place I wasn't expecting.
it's true.
What does a DM's baby learn to do before it can walk?
Roll.
Dungeon crawl.
Got
There
it.
you go.
Boom, boom, boom. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's do one. Oh, is everybody here? Looks like everybody's
Maybe.
here, even though
Doesn't
everybody's
matter. We
not
have to
here.
do one more.
Let's see here. Let's get one good one here. Okay. What does a lazy druid do?
Ooh, brain teaser.
What does a lazy druid do? Does he take a cat nap?
The bare minimum.
The bare minimum. Okay.
Not very good. Not very, very good. No, the dump stat one was pretty good, I will say. But the others, they were disappointing. Hopefully your dice rolls won't be as disappointing as you take on the final stages of the Moathouse. I don't know what that was, but it sounds like there's monsters taking ambush rounds on somebody out there. Okay, so other than the freaky howling wind / voice potentially, nothing accosted you as you took 4 hours to rest, recuperate, rememorize your spells, get a little bit of a let's say wet your throats, and now comes the time to decide where ye shall go next. And what's it going to be? What's it going to be?
Hmm.
I still say we should check out the diagonal first. That way, as we're making our way backwards, in theory, well, just based on the size of the map, in theory, we're not going to leave any potential enemies to our back. We can check that and then check the other one, presumably on our way out.
We saw signs that, or somebody saw signs that there were human tracks that went down that diagonal way, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves us either we go back out of the crypt and take a right and head to the end of the hallway where we were going before, to this area
I would think we would want to take that right.
and go,
Potent-
go to the right.
But taking the diagonal, that did seem to be the road more traveled. So if we're looking for bandits, we're more likely to meet them there.
Where there's bandits, there's treasure.
Well, if we meet the bandits there, then we don't have to worry about them sneaking up on us. So
I mean, I guess.
I'm fine with either direction. It doesn't matter. I assume we're going to go both ways eventually. And there's another hallway up top
True.
or to the south. So we have several directions left to go.
I will cast Magical Stone again.
Sounds good. So which direction will it be? As you indicated, there are several directions to go.
And then plus we've got we back at the secret door where we found the winch. We've got other places to go there too, right?
Correct. So I say we take a right and just clear the north as a whole and then work our way around back south.
I agree. As we
It'd be
leave
less
this crypt,
backtracking.
yeah, we'll go back to where we fought the bugbears and then take that right and head north.
Okay. We'll start
I don't
heading
have
that
a thing,
direction.
so.
This direction?
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah. All right, so
Oh, yeah, I
standard
forgot that
marching
was a
order
thing.
then.
Yes.
Roderick and Tuctrin essentially side by side whenever possible. Then JB, Grey Ash, Brother Rygar, and followed up at the rear by Ren with the bow. All right, so you start heading towards the north, and you're moving down that passageway. Now, this map doesn't indicate it, but the passageway is, it's about 10 feet wide, and light extends as you're, sort of moving along. It's about, 50 feet before it curves to the right, or turns to the right. And as it does, though, it descends at a fairly rapid pace. So it's sort of going down in a like a ramp.
Can I determine whether or not, with my detect sloping passageways, is this like a manageable slope, or is this one of those things where it's like wet and slick with like moss or something? We're going to hit it and we're just going to go for a slide.
It's manageable. You don't even need to roll for that. It's manageable to walk on now, but I mean, obviously, like if it got something slippery on it, it would be very slick.
Okay.
Anyway, so you continue and you're heading around on the bottom there, and everybody make a perception check as you're getting right about to the edge there.
Nope.
Just made it. Rolled a 17. Needed
Rolled a-
17.
Rolled a
Needed-
2.
Rolled a 17, needed a 12.
Rolled a 1.
1 is good.
Oh, wow. All right, so several of you're moving along the passageway, and you hear this like grunting sound, like it sounds like several like rough grunting sounds. Who got it? Like somebody get a 1?
I got a 2.
All right, Ren, you hear the grunting sound, and it's coming down from further on, and there's some splashing sound. The grunting sound is definitely the sound of bugbears. You've heard it sounds like the same sound as the bugbears that you fought before. There's kind of this grunting sound, and you hear this splashing, water splashing sound, and this kind of snapping, snap, 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 snap. All of you are hearing the snapping and everything. Only Ren is able to identify that it's bugbear sound, but everybody else that made the perception check is hearing that, and everybody's hearing the snapping sound. So it's about right when you get to the edge there, and you can see when you looking into the room beyond, there is there's a fairly large pool in the center of the room. It's about a 20-foot diameter pool. And it's sort of a glow, you might say. It's definitely, got sort of like a light about it. And it's causing the room to have enough illumination that you're able to see that there are 2 bugbears, these massive 7-foot tall, fur-covered beasts, armored with these pole arms, and they're pushing at this enormous creature. Unlike, I don't know if anybody is from the sea, but if you're not from the sea, you probably have no idea what this thing is. But it's basically this. It has these six legs, 6 smaller legs. It's clicking and clacking on as it's coming out of the water, and it has this sort of long fanning tail. Up near its front, however, it has these 2 massive snapping claws, and has these eyes on these stalks. Looks like some sort of crazy shellfish, enormous giant shellfish coming out of the water. In fact, it is a giant grayfish, but the creature is sort of bursting out of the water as the bugbears are pushing at it. And as you sort of move up and begin to turn the corner, the creature notices some fresh meat and is enticed to charge forward towards you. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Well
Come
done.
on, low.
Okay.
Come on, low. Come on, low. 3. Not bad.
Just kind of want to do group
Hey,
initiative
3.
because everybody's so mad about it. All right, 3 and 3.
8.
Just the rolls, or you want
Yeah, just give me the rolls to start.
a 4?
5.
Four. So I didn't
Oh,
hear
just the
David or
rolls?
Bud.
The roll,
Yeah, just
the roll is 2.
2.
Roll is 10.
I always like when I roll.
I know,
always
when we
already
started
decide what
doing
my
it-
thing is.
I roll a
I think
1,
we
then I
did the
roll a
last
10.
time where we started doing the declare, like tell me the dice, then declare, then and go in the order in that order. All right, so the creature begins to move forward towards you. Now Tuctrin and Sir Roderick, you're blocking the way. It can't get past you. Like you're bottlenecking. Like the two of you are side by side, and it cannot get beyond you. The rest of you all know this. As it's, as you're kind of getting. In fact, probably not all of you could technically see it, based on, the map. But based on the reactions, you can see that sort of Tuctrin and Sir Roderick are blocking things off, you might say. So first, Grash, go ahead and declare.
I declared the slinging.
The
Not sure
slinging.
why.
The creature is large, by the way.
Okay.
8 feet.
Not 17.
Well, so when are you going on? What initiative are you going
Oh,
on? We're just
sorry,
doing
it's
declaration.
6.
6.
8.
Okay,
8.
and JB, what are you up to?
I'm going to fire an arrow at the thing. So that's going to put me to
Like 7 or 8?
3, 4, yeah, it's going to be at 6.
6. What about Tuctrin?
So I am casting a spell. I rolled a 3, spell casting time of 5, so 8.
Brother Sir Roderick?
I'm going to attack it with my sword. So that gives me an 8.
And then finally, Brother Rygar. And finally, Ren is at the end. Sorry, Ren.
I'm going to bless Sir Roderick's sword to hit crustaceans. So he gets a +1 to hit a crustacean.
And what does that go on?
That goes the full round.
Oh,
I'll
round.
have to do a whole round.
And then finally, Ren.
Bow 15.
15. And okay. All right. So you see now, of course, as the crustacean begins to move towards Tuctrin and Sir Roderick, so do the bugbears pick up heavy crossbows, which are already wound and ready there, and begin to point them in your direction. Go ahead and let's see. JB and Grey Ash are simultaneous, and so actually just go both to your attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The bugbear's attacking us as well. Oh, I already rolled the attack. It was 17. I need to make a chart for like.
Oh, right,
tackle,
17.
but-
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I'm going for one of the bugbears too, because the last thing we need is one of their already wound crossbows to hit us while we're trying to get dinner.
All right.
hmm.
So fire it. I don't know. I guess they're both equidistant apart, so just the one on the left.
Okay.
And let's see. 18 for Thaco. I wrote it down this time. 19. So I hit a negative.
That'll be
one.
good enough. Yeah, they're hodgepodge of armor. You fire an arrow across the room towards the back of the room where the bugbear is pulling the heavy crossbow to his shoulder, ready to aim it and fire. How much damage did you do?
7.
Okay. He grunts as their arrow sticks out of his gut. And Greyhawk. He rolled a 17 on the die. That'll be enough. Yep, that'll be enough.
Yeah. There's 5 damage.
Is it the same one that JB attacked or the different one?
I'll do the same one.
Okay. All right, you conk him on the side of his head, knocking his helmet off and leaving a bruise. That was at 6. 8 is Sir Roderick and Tucktrin are simultaneous. Tucktrin's casting a spell, so he goes first.
Alrighty. So I am casting Rock Burst
Oh,
to catch both bugbears and the enemy.
easily done. There's actually like some like broken rock debris just like literally lying around in that room beyond.
Okay. All right. So it'd be save versus spell for half damage. Yeah, so that's 4, 5. Let's see.
All right, Pride Die is getting
5 plus 8, 13, 14.
on
17 damage, save for half.
Oh, Jesus. 17. None of them saved. 1. 8. Jesus Christ, dude. All right. Rock and stone explodes everywhere. One of them, which had wounds, one of the bugbears that already had wounds, a shard of rock pierces through its eye and into the back of its skull, knocking it dead. Falling, it just falls, splashes forward into the pool, sinking below the surface. The other one, gets pummeled, and you can see he's like sort of covered in these like razor sharp stone wounds all over his body. He still stands, and the crustacean as well, this giant crayfish, hunks of its armor are knocked off by the stone, but it still also remains standing. That takes us to Sir Roderick.
Rolled a 17 to hit. That lets me hit a -1 AC. And it's a large creature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the D12.
No, I was broadsword, so it's
Broadsword. So it's weird.
yeah. So
Should be
6 points plus my strength damage is 9.
Okay, that was all right. He jump into it, but it does still stand, which means I will get at least one round of attacking with this thing. You leap up towards it, and Tucktrin, you finish casting your spell, but Sir Roderick ran right at it, standing toe to toe with this creature. It brings its pinchers down at you, Roderick, looking to clip you, snap you in half. You realize now that the sound, of course, that you were hearing was the sound of these claws snipping. And that one of those is definitely going to hit you. The other one misses. One of them snaps onto your arm. The private chest D12 here. Let's see. Sorry, I lost my page there. There we go. All right, you take 9 points of damage as the crustacean snaps onto your arm with one of its claws. And the The one bugbear that still had his crossbow up. You know what? Bugbears don't like dwarves. He fires it at Tuctrin.
Okay. You know what? He as he should. As he should.
It goes wild though. It goes wild, bounces off the cavern wall in the distance. All right. Ren. Going ahead. On 15 here.
I curse Adam and Dwarven for missing me.
He curses at you in Bugbear. Oh no, do bugbears speak their own language?
Hit AC 3.
That'll do it. Yeah. You're on the crustacean?
Hmm?
You on the crustacean, the giant crayfish?
No, probably.
One
I
of the
would think
bugbears?
I would have a I think I would have a clean shot at the bugbear.
Alright, yeah.
AC
Mhm, that's
3?
for sure. Yep, that's good enough. Yep.
6 damage.
Arrow sticks out of the side of his shoulder, but he still remains standing. Okay, let's see here.
Hold on. AC 6. I'm the last in the order, right?
Your second shot will go at the end of the round, but something else is going to happen.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. just
Something
figured I
else
was-
happens at the end
at a
of the round
15, I
before
just
the
figured
end of the
something was
round
done.
actions.
All right.
All right, so Ren, actually, you're at the back there, and you're getting ready to like fire your second arrow. You're putting your second arrow up, and you see or you hear this like kind of like marching sound, and up at the top of the corridor, you see several chainmail armored men. Like they look like soldiers, I guess you might say, in terms of like they're uniformed. They have like chainmail armor, carrying crossbows, and they kind of get into this position. 2 kneel, another 2 stand over top of their shoulders, and they're like aiming right down the decline into your group that's standing at the bottom of the ramp. But most notably, they wear a they're all in black, and there is a golden eye emblazoned with fire on the front of their tunic. Sort of a variation on the symbol that you've seen previously.
Nice knowing
And they
you guys.
fire. All 4 of them just run up and they all fire. They like move right up to the top of that and they all fire at the same time. Sort of well coordinated attack. Pink die's got to come out of here. What's your AC, Ren?
2.
2. Well, good for you. Most of them miss you, but one of them finds a weak spot in your armor and pierces deep into your side. Doesn't have the damage listed here. Not a lot. Not a lot. You take 4 points of damage.
I scream in pain.
All right, you can take your second shot now. Same thing with you, JB.
Well, now this is tough because we got bugbears in front of us and we got a bunch of jackholes behind us.
I rolled a 19.
Well, that's definitely going to hit.
Yeah. And I don't get interrupted by getting shot, I guess. No.
No,
I guess
not firing
this
your
game.
bows.
Not this game.
Might as well start with these guys.
Yeah, I'm assuming I shot towards what hit me. So whatever's closest, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. So you basically turn around and you fire up at one of these
I hit him for
one of
5.
these guys.
Yeah, I was still focused on the bugbears. I did not see him move. I rolled a 14. So that'll hit an AC of 4.
Yeah, that's good enough. And it's almost certainly going to kill that bugbear. All right, so your arrow fires into the crossbowman who fired at you, Ren.
Do I see anything to take cover behind? Can I roll or jump towards?
No, there's nothing for cover.
Okay.
All right, so you could move into the room. You could push past, but I mean, of course, there's like a pit. There's a battle going on between a giant crayfish and Sir Roderick, basically, like right there in the opening. All right, so that takes us to the top of the round. Oh wait, you hit him, JB?
Yeah, I rolled 6, but before I even rolled, you said you're probably going to kill him. So
Yeah, he's
didn't
dead.
go wrong
All right,
with
so
that.
yeah, you put an arrow in his skull, and he falls to the ground dead. Crayfish is still fiercely fighting though now. Back around to the top of the initiative. Grash, what would you like to do? You're starting to take account of what is happening here.
Yeah. So it's like crayfish, dude in water, like 1 bugbear or 2, and then
They're both dead now. One fell into
And
the
there's-
water and drowned.
and I see arrows coming down the hole behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a second slingshot at the end of that round? I'm not sure what we're doing with sling. But
Yeah, you would have gotten a second shot, but I would actually not have let you attack the other ones from behind. So you would have kind of wasted or you could have taken a shot at go ahead, take your shot at the crayfish. That would have been your only target that I would have allowed you to.
well, it's a 3. Let's go.
Behind or okay, so it didn't hit anyway.
You know what? Oh, heck no, don't do that. Why is life so hard?
All right, consider JB.
Have
What
we-
are you up to?
how much hurt did it seem to be from the explosion? Like
Pretty
is it
fucking hurt.
literally fine. Oh, okay.
No, it looks pretty hurt.
Yeah, I think I'll try and sling that again.
What about you, JB?
Well, now that I've fired my second shot and I see what the other commotion is, I'm turning around towards the jackals who fired on my boy.
Okay. Oh, look at
7.
that! Ren is your boy now. That's a big step forward here for the troublemaker of the party. All right,
Not a
so
troublemaker, I'm just
what
misunderstood.
about
So-
Tuctrin?
That talk about St. Cuthbert is getting in there.
Yeah, right. Now we're talking about friendships and my boy.
Never mind.
They're going
Never
to
mind.
They're going to go to choir practice after this battle.
Oh no! Wait, said no. Ren don't know any of this. All I know is he's hurt.
There you go.
All right, so
I've made a huge
what about
mistake.
Tuctrin? What about Tuctrin?
You're muted.
Oh, thanks. Casting another spell.
Okay.
Same casting time.
I
this
erased your old score. What was
Oh,
it?
Is this a new
so
initiative?
I'll go on 8.
Is this a new initiative?
We're not rolling new dice, just new declares. What about Brother Rygar?
What did I have? A 5?
Oh wait, didn't your spell go off? The crustacean
Yes.
spell goes off. That goes off now. And then now what do you want to do?
What was I forgot my initiative.
5.
I'm casting heat metal on those fuckers. How many is it behind us?
4 that you can see.
I'm casting heat metal on 2 of them, so that's a 10.
What do you casting on their armor?
Yes, I can cast. I can affect. Are they human sized, folks?
Yeah, they appear to be human, although they're masks. They're not.
Every two experience points level of the caster, the metal of one man-sized creature can be affected. So I'm gonna affect 2 of them.
All right. Say the front 2 then. Did they get a save?
Only if the armor's magic.
All right. In the first round, it's warm, right? And then the second round, it starts kind of dicking with them, like.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. All right. So you're doing heat metal. That will go off at when?
On 10.
10. Okay. Still a chance for that to be disrupted. So what about Sir Roderick? I'm sorry, I skipped you over there.
Stabby
Yeah.
to the seafood.
All right.
And you're +1 to hit with that.
And
So-
Ren.
Oh, I'm +1 to hit now.
And finally, Ren.
I'm trying to think if they could reach me.
They could
Or
reach
not.
you. They could charge to you and reach you.
All right, let's see here. Go on.
Good fight music there going on.
I guess going on 14 with a axe and sword.
All right. 14. All right. So up first is Greyhawk and JB are both doing missile weapons. So why don't we go ahead with you first, Greyhawk, since you're. What are you attacking?
I think I was slinging the crayfish, but I missed. I rolled a 7.
Okay. All right, JB. What are you doing? What are you firing at? One of those bastards that's up on your boy.
One of the bastards up on that person that I dislike less than the others.
Oh, okay. Now it is. Now he feels embarrassed. He's got to be tough.
There we go. 18. So I hit him
Alright.
on class of 0.
Resisting
Okay.
that conversion. Resisting it. You're gonna fold sooner or later.
I don't think so. I'm a fitted sheet. I never fold.
That's one. You can watch YouTube videos. It'll teach you. All right. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. 7.
Everyone folds when a stout billet is involved, as the old St. Cuthbert saying goes.
What was the damage?
7.
7. Okay.
I don't know who I hit, but they deserved it.
Okay. That was also 6 and at 8. Sir Roderick.
19. That's I'm.
Oh
that's a
yeah.
good-
Snap, snap, snap. The creature's snapping at you, getting ready to try to wrap its claws around you.
4, 5, 8 more points of damage to it.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You crunch its shell. Bit of ichor comes spitting out at you, but the creature continues on, looking to make you its final meal. And it's its turn. It's on a 9, so. Okay.
It started a giant 6.
That is just really sad. I should just be able to re-roll that. All right, roll a 2 and a 3, so that's not enough. Bugbears are dead. Okay, so the creature snaps at you a couple of times as you dodge easily away. It seems to be just too injured and damaged. It's kind of like plopping forward, swinging wildly. On the other end of the corridor, however, the 2 crossbowmen who were at the front, who have each taken a wound, have dropped their crossbows, pulling out long swords in one hand and daggers in the other, and going
Fancy.
rushing down the halls at you. And that back row is technically Ren and Brother Rygar. There's the back row. So they each come in wielding 2 weapons. There's 2 on that one. Let's see. Ren, does AC 4 hit you? No, I don't think so.
AC 2.
And then Brother Rygar. Ooh, now that's probably going to hit. The dagger is AC 1. AC 1 hits you, Brother Rygar. Oof. Dagger guts into your side for 2 points of damage, and it disrupts the spell that you were casting. Were you not casting a spell?
Haven't started it yet.
Yeah, you had. You started it at 5.
Oh yeah. I
They
guess
went
it's
at 9.
disrupted.
Yep. So he stabs you in your gut, disrupting your prayer, sweeping it from your mind. The pain bursts in your vision. All right, so the other 2 spend their turn reloading their crossbows. And we are to 10, which would have been Brother Rygar, but he loses his, he lost his spell. Ren, 14.
I was supposed to go at 8.
What AC did
Oh,
they hit?
8. I missed you on 8. I'm so sorry.
What AC did he hit?
I missed you, Tucktron. I rolled a 19 on the die, so AC 1.
Okay.
What, I'm sorry, Tucktron. What are you doing?
Casting whole person.
Okay, go ahead. Guess old person.
This is no time for love, Dr. Jones.
So I'm gonna center it on the bowman, the closest bowman, like
Okay.
crossbow guy.
Mhm.
So I can affect. I rolled 3 on the D4, so I can
Right.
affect 3 people. So who?
can get
How
the
many
3.
people?
There's
3
4.
there.
There's 4.
Okay.
4
I'm
bunched
gonna-
together. There was one row, they crouched down, shot, and the other row was above them, shot.
Okay, so I can
And
get 3 of
then
them.
those 2 started running down the hallway, and the other 2 spent time reloading, but technically you're going first, so you could potentially
Okay.
hold them before.
All right, so
they actually run.
all 3 of them get a normal saving throw, no penalty or bonus, unless they have
Right,
good
right.
wisdom. Yeah.
Warriors and their saves are not great. It's versus paralyzation, I assume.
Saving throw versus spell.
Okay, well, the third one did make a save. So
Okay.
that means that the 2 that are reloading made their saves. The other 2, like, pull out their swords and start to run, and then, like, stop in the corridor. So actually, Brother Rygar, you did not get stabbed, and you did not lose your spell. So go
Aha.
ahead and do your spell now, Brother Rygar.
Yeah, we're retroacting. If you're
I was supposed to
wondering
go on
what's
8.
happening,
I was
He
supposed
went
to
at
go on
8,
8.
he-
He skipped me.
Talk
Yeah,
was supposed
yeah.
to go on 8, and I messed up because they went on 9. So it's all good. It all works out.
Okay, well the spell went off then.
Mhm.
So they're just kind of warm right now.
and hell,
They're feeling
what's it
tingly.
on the-
They can't move and they're warm.
Oh, they can move.
No, they
Oh,
can't
let's-
because
yeah.
they're
Oh, they're finna get cooked.
They're they're
Oh, by the way, they're held for 8 rounds. By the way.
oh god, they're dead.
Yeah, they're gonna cook for 6.
Kind of dark. Think about it. It's just dark. You're just cooking them to death. It's
Yeah.
torturous.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to do that.
I mean, is it
That's-
torturous though? They can't scream.
That's what happens when you serve evil. You just burn to death. I mean,
that sounds about right. All right. The 2
You
are
bet-
frozen. The other 2 are paused. That gets us actually now to Brother Rygar's spell, making them warm, and then now it's Ren.
Alrighty.
You got open shots at them, and literally the first 2 are frozen.
The one in front of me is frozen.
None of
The two
None
that
of
ran
them made it
forward are
down?
frozen.
Okay,
yeah,
so
they didn't
none of
make it
them made
down.
it
They
to
got
us.
frozen. Right. So like they're just up there like, they took a couple of steps and like froze. Weapons in hand.
Yeah, don't
That's-
worry about the frozen ones.
The other two are reloading or have essentially reloaded their bows
Yeah,
at this
they're-
point.
They're
Wow.
cranking those crossbows.
Okay, now change back to the bow.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
sure.
assume. I'm gonna assume that during this fight, I've also heard clanking of crossbows going off.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, at this point.
Okay.
You were just previously engaged.
Yeah.
My shot missed.
I'm
And
aware
are
of
still
cross.
technically engaged.
I'm aware of crossbows going off. So, and none of us have crossbows. So, okay.
I missed.
All right, so go ahead, fire away,
missed.
Ren.
I already missed.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want me to do the second.
I missed that you missed. Well, yeah, go ahead, do your second now. Same thing with JB.
I want to believe.
Gray Ash
I
as
want
well.
to
Didn't you
believe.
do
AC my
stones?
AC -2.
That is 18. So I hit.
AC -2 will hit just barely.
10.
There
So
you go. There it is.
Ooh,
I go
8.
10.
What did you get, Ren, on your damage?
4, 5, 6, 7.
And Gray Ash, I'm sorry, say what you did.
So
Did
I
you
rolled
hit?
a 10.
Oh,
So
sorry.
this has
4.
got AC 10.
4. Only 4.
Okay. Well, you said 4 and then 8 for you, JB?
Yep.
Okay. Neither one of them had been injured before. They were the ones who were cranking the bows. They were in the second row, so they hadn't been injured before. The other two are frozen, and they're
Priorities.
gonna be cooking pretty soon. All right, so that takes us back to the beginning of the round. Gray Ash, go on ahead and declare what you'd like to do. So you can see this happening.
Yeah. We're still stuck between. Can like the thing in the water actually attack us? Like if we're far away from it? Has it hit anyone that's not directly next to it?
No,
Like, do I feel if I turn my back to it, it'll just fucking fuck me up?
it's not even concerned with you.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
It's
I think
fighting.
me and Tucker still kind of have it blocked from getting.
Yeah, and I mean, but it's also not really a smart creature, so it's not like, oh, there's Tuctrin. Let me get the guy that's casting spells. He's like
Yeah.
literally fighting off the thing that's fighting him. Like he's just
Yeah.
focused on Sir Roderick,
Mm.
It's an animal, basically, a giant.
Literally right in front of me.
We both want to eat. It wants to eat me. I'm planning on
Yeah.
cooking some of it.
Okay. I'll
Hope you brought some butter. Maybe the storeroom that you found earlier. Has some
Maybe
big...
there's butter in the pockets of the guys we're cooking.
Ah,
How many guys are like
Jerky.
still not like down here?
Bugbears are dead.
the bugbears are dead.
Bugbears.
There's the giant crayfish is still living, and then there's the four crossbowmen, 2 of which dropped their crossbows and ran down with swords, but became almost immediately held. The other 2 have loaded their crossbows back up and have taken injuries from arrows fired by JB and Ren.
Okay.
So what would you like to do? We're back around to the beginning of the initiative. And they are, of course, up on a higher area. They're up on the top of this, long ramp.
I don't feel like any of these guys are worth wasting magic on right now. It seems everything's been dealt with. Can I just like stand here half cover and try and sling up the? If I can sling upwards, I don't know. I need to. Somebody's
Yeah,
gonna
you can
use a
sling up
fucking
there.
bow.
No, you can do it. It's fine. Do it.
Oh my god, it's not 20.
What, you rolled a nat 20?
Yeah.
That's badass, dude. All right, so go
It's always
ahead.
these- A medium, yeah.
By the way, Grey Ash is like apparently like the Grey Ash the Slayer.
I guess when you found weird D4s with the numbers on the top, so you
Oh
actually
yeah,
see them.
yeah.
2D.
I like that set.
That's what-
I like that set of dice. It's good.
Oh my god. So it's 5 damage.
Right or left?
Left.
All right. Bonk him on his head. Big bloody gash. Blood running down his face, but he still remains
Mhm.
vital. All right, so that was technically, we should have just declared actions there and not actually done that attack, but that would have been on 6. So let's do the rest of the declarations. JB, more bow action.
Yeah, I'm gonna see the stones bounce off the guy's head, so I'm gonna aim for the other guy.
All right. What about Tuctrin?
So we have the monster on one side of us, and how many people are left that are not frozen? There's 2 frozen. How many people are still up?
2 that are unfrozen that you can see.
Okay. I am going to turn my attention and attack the monster. So I would go on 10. No, I rolled a 3. Yeah, 10.
Ooh. And what about Sir Roderick? Still fighting the beast?
Still fighting it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna help out Sir Roderick there on that.
What about Brother Igar? What's he up to this round?
What's the armor class of these held dudes?
When they're held?
Yeah.
Chainmail probably just.
I mean, it's 5, but
5.
probably +4. I'd give you a +4 to hit. So we'll.
No,
It's
what?
5,
No.
but-
What if I'm standing behind the
I don't
held
think you-
dude for cover?
Oh yeah, you want to use
Yeah.
that for cover?
Yeah. How would that affect my armor class?
Well, you'd have to move up because they're held more close, like a good 30 feet away, essentially.
Well, I
20.
can move up and attack with my magic stones, and just use them for cover.
Uh-huh. I mean, I just kind of love that idea. So, I mean, I'll give you partial cover for it. That's +2 to your AC.
Okay,
Or
so
-2
I'll
to your
go
AC.
on a 6.
All right. I just like that. It's weird. Let's see. Did I get everybody? All right. So, Grey Ash, you do what you did. JB, go ahead and take your shot.
All right. Big money, big money, big money. 18 again. Okay. Big money on damage. 4 on damage.
All right. Well, you managed to.
Not quite big money, but
You still kill him. He falls dead. Make a perception check.
okay. 9 made it.
Okay. You see that he falls, and as he falls, you're able to see a little bit behind him. You see a man or a figure go running off further down away, but you can just see, like, on the same symbol of the golden eye of fire is emblazoned on the cloak of this person. He goes running into the darkness away. It's
Oh,
like
Lord.
further to the south.
Again. Okay. Not much we
And
can
that
do when we're in the middle of
was-
combat.
6. Brother Igar also at 6. You're with your stones.
There's one left.
There's one that is not held left. Yes.
I guess I'll use all 3 stones on him.
Somebody's about to get just destroyed.
I hit twice.
All right. He has 1 hit point. So you just explode his head.
One stone hits either side of his head.
Yeah, you just crush him. So he just falls dead. As you hit him with your stones, And that was at 6, and then Sir Roderick at 8 on the giant crayfish.
That will be a 20 on the roll.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, it has 2 hit points left, so go ahead and describe your kill in a really particularly epic way with a nat 20.
All right. I'll do. I assume it's taller than me, so I just cram my sword up into its gullet, twist it, and pull sideways out as I crack his shell and look at all that glistening meat.
In a few minutes, we're gonna do the same to the held guards.
Damage, by the way, was I guess it was doubled. So that's 10 points plus my strength 13. So
oh Jesus, dude. Yeah, so you totally
Now we could throw the hot guards into the water and get it boiling and then throw it in there.
Yes. I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
There might be some alignment consequences to such horrendous actions, but
Are those guys evil? What are they?
I don't know. What are
They
they?
attacked
I'll
us.
take
That's
that.
what they get.
I'll take their
What
helms
are
off.
they?
I will say as I slice out, finish killing this thing, I will turn and raise my shield to see where the crossbows were coming from, where the bolts were, and I assume I see this whole thing happening behind me now.
Yeah, I mean, but now really it's just there's these 2 that are just held, and they're like now they're starting to blister. What? How much damage did it do? Because it would have been the first round of damage, wouldn't it? It's a D4.
I did 2 points.
2 points. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like they're obviously like cooking in there. You can even see like, like maybe there's like a little bit of smoke, like, and you can, smell the. You can smell the cooking human meat. It smells so good.
I'm hungry.
I think you might have seen some barbecue sauce in that supply cabinet when you were first coming in.
That's what the blue bottle is.
It's
There you
special
go.
barbecue sauce.
So Roderick, are these people?
Is it Tuctron's attack?
They're
I mean,
no
there's
more-
technically nobody there.
Nobody there. No one's left
I mean,
to
there's
attack.
2 that are frozen. I mean, Tuctron could go and kill one of them, or if
I-
you want to chase down the hallway.
Yeah, I am actually at this
We're
point.
sort of out of initiative, though.
When I
Essentially,
see lobster
Yeah,
went
I'll
down, I'm gonna yell out, guys, we missed one. He's running that way.
I'll try to. I mean, I'm a dwarf, so I got short little legs, but I'll try to chase him down. I'm not worried about the 2 held guys. I mean, I'm not going to fight 2 guys that are held. If they want to do it, I'll let JB practice his knife work on those guys. I'll run after the other guy.
I've been sitting here thinking about what to do with them.
I thought so.
I'm running with Tuctron.
I just pass
Yeah.
by JB and say, I just say, I don't say I never gave you anything, and I just run past you, try to catch the other guy.
Tuck
Yes,
you complete me.
Yeah, as he yells out that, and I see Tuctron take off running, I'll fall in behind him and run all in that direction also.
Yeah, if I can get within range, I'll chuck an axe at the guy, or I'll
go
yeah,
as well.
whatever.
all right. So you go running after him. You try to at least. You try to go running after him. You. I mean, like you get
Yeah.
to, like here, like there's the intersection where it would head back to the north, but at the diagonal, or you could continue south where there's the door ahead of you. I just buy it about another 20 feet or so. But you don't see them. I mean, you run up there, or you're running up there, and you don't see them anywhere.
Mm.
I mean, it is dark,
Ooh,
and
should I come with you and
Do
see if
I
can
don't? Do I see him with my
Is Roderick-
infravision?
is Roderick there?
I started running afterwards, so I think I probably would have caught up with him.
I have infravision, so do it.
Yeah, but Roderick has a lamp.
I have detect
So-
noise. I might be able
I
to
gotcha.
tell what direction he went.
So he's ruining your infravision, and Roderick would catch you because he's twice as fast as you.
Right.
So there's a short little dwarf legs.
I'll stop at the diagonal
Mhm.
and look that way. I'll step into the diagonal slightly.
What's the distance on your
Right there.
infravision?
60.
All right, so I'll say roll perception check.
Oh,
Roll perception check. It's right at the edge of it.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
Oh, huzzah! Let's see. You can see at the very end of your infravision, like at the very edge of as far as you could see. You step around the corner, and when you do that, it gets you out of Roderick's light for just a moment, and you can see the corridor. You see like a figure, this cloaked figure, move through a door, and the door shut behind him at the very end of the hall.
I just this way, down the diagonal corridor, and I just start moving in that direction.
I'll
Hmm.
say Tucker and hold for a moment, and I'm gonna see if is our party gathering behind us.
I was going that way.
Yeah, I was with Tucktron. Even though I couldn't see, I was just kind of keeping an eye on him.
Hmm.
Probably bumped into him a couple times.
I'm gonna suggest that we send a scout ahead, who could also probably see in the dark.